Hey guys, what's up? It's Dave. I just wanted to make a quick recording today from yesterday's energy. It's 10:25 a.m. here. Wow, like I'm just feeling. I still feel it a little bit. The energy was so intense yesterday, so I was just making a recording to see if anyone else had felt this. I know people have. I'm just kind of putting it out there to just let you guys know that, yeah, we're all feeling it, and it was so intense, and it was like one of the most intense shifts in energy that I felt in such a long time. And it just goes to show you what's really happening here on the planet. It was I know it has nothing to do with your sign, but it was the new moon in Aries, and I am in Aries. My intuition is telling me that if you are in Aries, you will feel a little bit stronger through that, just because of the zodiac signs and everything like that. With the energies is what I mean behind that. And I'm not an astrologer by any means. I don't even, as a kid growing up, I used to follow I always used to love reading about it. But when I go, my view or my what I'm guided by in my life is just my intuition. And there's nothing wrong with astrology. There's it's totally, it totally aligns with what many of us experience. But I have a friend who's a spiritual practitioner, and she doesn't believe in any of it. Not that she doesn't believe in it, but she doesn't look towards it for answers, only because she goes directly to source and spirit and is guided. And it's true, like, we don't have to be governed by these things, because your soul knows everything, and you have complete sovereignty over your being. And with that, you don't have to look outside yourself to be guided, in life. You can just look within, and you can override a lot of these things that astrological reports highlight, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not saying that that you can't be guided from, because it's true. What we definitely are affected by the cosmos and their alignments, et cetera, et cetera. So it's totally true. It's just that what I'm saying is that you don't have to completely rely on it for answers in your own life. We're definitely affected. We're all affected by the energy, and it can help us and aid us and things like that. But for me, yesterday, it was really intense, and I was just, it's very important for us to take that energy in and just allow it to go through us and release it, instead of because I felt my body almost holding on to the energy, and it's because I was probably in fear of, or anything that was cleansing out of my body, I was probably not maybe ready to release, or that's what I felt. I was trying to experience, trying to figure out why I was so tense and anxious. It's because I wasn't letting go. And we're all going through that, right? It's we're in this new timeline, and there's so much ahead of us that we've planned out for ourselves. And it's kind of taking that one step forward with faith. I have been good with change in my life. That's one thing I can pat myself on the back. But sometimes, you just come across things in life that you are hesitant about doing. And what I've done in my own personal life is just always looked at the pros and cons. What's what are my concerns about moving forward in something, and then what are the pros and cons, and I just sorted everything out in my head, and that's how I've transformed in my life. I've really, I used to critically think all the time and reflect, and that's where growth lies. So if you're having problems with that, just start looking at it from that perspective, and take a step back and just be calm and collective, and just analyze and then move forward. But there's nothing to fear. We can step into this new timeline with, ease and happiness. I mean, I feel so much better today. That's why I was going to do this yesterday. I was like, no, I can't, but I feel so much better today. Little stuff is releasing now, but I'm almost 90% back, but there's probably 10% still kind of releasing right now. But yeah, just like I feel great, and um, I just feel more aligned, much more aligned today, and yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting, and I wanted to also do this recording because I got two quick downloads this morning that were about which one should I talk about first? Because I was kind of thinking when I was brushing my teeth. I always think about things in the morning when I'm in the shower is like I do like these spiritual rituals in the shower, and I'm always thinking, when I'm brushing my teeth this morning, I was thinking about thinking about why, like, because there's so much change right now. So with activations and upgrades, things like this that are happening for all of us in this community, certain people are being pulled empathically, which is what I mean is energetically. Excuse me, I'm drinking my coffee, but well, actually no, it's a dirty coconut chai. Not that you care, but so what I was thinking about this morning when I was brushing my teeth is why sometimes I lead my life with my intuition and my empathic energy. So I'm always, reading energy and, connecting to spirit and things like this. And to receive information and data so I can, make and to discern properly in my life, things like this. So I wanted to understand why some people, with all these events that are happening in the world, with this whole event in Vegas and things that are recently happening naturally on Earth, about why some people are picking up energies that are dark, not dark, but the whole thing in Vegas, and then it's and then people are picking up other things in terms of natural disasters. And for me, I was very affected by the natural disasters that were happening. And then some people were pulled into more of the Vegas, the shootings and things like that. And what they downloaded to me quickly this morning was, because based on our growth right now, because we're into different timelines, wherever you place your consciousness or wherever you're holding on to. So if we're holding more onto things in the third dimension, we'll be pulled into those lower energies of 3D. And then if you're really amping up and trying to move into the fifth dimension, or your consciousness resides in the fifth dimension, when you're in 5D consciousness, it doesn't mean you can't drop down to 3D consciousness. It's how you maintain your vibration, right? So they said, or they downloaded to me, that it's based on why people are, because there's a lot of people that are very upset and sad, and it's even in this lightworker community, based on what's happening in the world. And so I was saying to myself this morning, why didn't I pick up on that empathically on the energy that was out in Vegas, and why am I picking up on the natural disasters? And so I was told that it was I was shown that it was because wherever you're putting however you're leading with your consciousness. So are you leaning towards more the 5D? Or are you leaning more towards the 3D? So you'll pick up on those energies that are related to each dimension more. So I've been very much more connected to Gaia in the past 6 to 8 months, and I was told, I had a session with a spiritual practitioner 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and he's like, yeah, you really need to start connecting with Gaia. You're not really connecting with Gaia. And at that time I was whatever. I was doing a lot of inner work too at that time, and I'm realizing now I've been really connecting to Gaia consciousness and Earth, because I'm always coming to the parks now, and I'm connecting more, and it's just so I feel like I'm being more in tune with Gaia and the natural progression of Gaia right now in this 5D phase, or this entering into this 5D phase. And so wherever your consciousness lies, if you're like right now, and there's nothing wrong with what any of us are doing, there's some of us are pulled into this 3D, like, we're part of 3D, we're physically here. It's just the consciousness that's dissolving, really, because, this has never been done before. A planet has never ascended to 5D with people on it. So it's like an experiment, and this is what we're going through, and that's why it's the most amazing time to be alive. There's like so many souls, there's so many beings, there's so many forms of life out there in the universe that know what's going on Earth, what's going on here on Earth, and we have so much support. So if you're here, no matter if you're a light worker or not, this is like, you are like a warrior. To come here and just be here for this event is the most courageous act that you can do. So, pat yourself on the back, man. This is like difficult stuff, and we're here to do it. And if you're in the light work community, I mean, man, you are like mama, papa. I don't even know what that means. But, so that's what they told me. It was like that. It was like, and I feel like right now, okay, so now they're telling me right now that if you were pulled more into the 3D, where you were picking up the sad energy and the empathic energy, like I received that from, after the hurricanes, I was getting pulled into like the 3D consciousness and all the lower vibrations of it, and I was really transmuting a lot of energies from that. And then this time around, I was amping up, and I guess I wasn't really affected energetically from the shootings in Vegas. And I was like, why didn't I do that? Because I felt almost bad that I wasn't being empathic with the energies that were happening there. And like, I was like almost getting an ego about it, that I'm like, why wasn't I transmuting energy? Why wasn't I affected by it? But they told me that because depending on where your consciousness lies, like, or what your soul wanted to do at that moment. So some of us wanted to, drop down and start healing those people. Oh, and they're showing me now, right now. Oh, wow. Okay. So they're also saying that location has something to do with it. So, if you're closer to, an area of, lower vibration, or like acts of darkness, and you are a light worker, you, have a choice to take on that energy and help transmute. That's interesting. Makes sense. I mean, complete sense. So, due to the distance, that, it's much easier to transmute energy when you're much closer to, the lower vibration. That makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, cool. And then there's something else. I think I'm done with talking about that, because I can go on and on and on. But something with, what did they say? Something, and I know I was going to do another recording about like the twin flame dynamic and unconditional love. I don't know if I'm going to step into that right now. Even though I can start talking about it, and I was given the green light, but I don't know. I think let's just wait a little bit about that. And but there was something with the twin flame dynamic that came through this morning that it was about if you are a twin flame, and if you know you are a twin flame or a twin soul, however you want to call it, we are, again, we're moving into this new timeline. We're leaving the 3D and entering the 5D. Know that there will be people, places, or things, even if they're good people, even if they're light workers, that were attached to your life, to your programming, to any contracts you had with other people. If their twin flame is a twin flame is a completely different type of relationship that no one, that the average person might not understand. Okay. And I don't mean average. That's the wrong word. I mean, people that are not, spiritually attuned might not understand. And, and even if people are in your community, the light worker community, if they're more an ego and they keep on playing out an ego and they don't want you to move further because they see you growing and they see you moving further on your path, they're not going to want that to happen, right? Because it's like the ego never wants to let things go. So if people in your life feel like they're holding you down, and if you're a twin flame, you might experience this right now. People might have like lower vibrational emotions about what you're doing in your life, like where you're going in your life, and they know it, and they know that you're grand and that you're powerful. And because the twin flame mission is, twin flames are pretty much earth angels, and the mission behind the twin flame is really, really powerful. And the twin flame dynamic, when the energies come together, that's why this collective of twin flames is here for this whole entire transition, because the energy that comes together when twin flames unite and come into sacred union, that energy they create a third energy from it. Actually, it's two energies connecting into one, and then a third energy is created, and that third energy links up with all the other energy, the other third energies that other twin flames are creating. And this is the creation process, right? This is the energetic creation process that the planet is really, really needing to really amp up the vibration here, so we can get up to 5D completely on every level and every location on the planet. We can go more into the twin flame dynamic, but I'm not going to do that right now. But just so you know that, and that there might be people, places, or things that, even though if they're of light, they might not want you to move further, because they're still holding on to that third dimensional aspect of fear, and they don't want to let go. And just keep that in mind as you move further. And twin flames are earth angels, and they are here to bring so much knowledge, wisdom, love, and light. Some have not even incarnated, actually, which is so interesting. This might be some first incarnations. Most have, but there could be that they haven't, and they come from like the upper realms. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about with that they downloaded. Just stay on course. I had this amazing feeling yesterday was the day before. It's like, I don't know if you guys are experiencing this too. It's like these major waves of love, like you feel it in your heart chakra, like just all these amazing feelings of love for like a couple minutes, and then it goes, and it's like, that just goes to show you what's happening here. And I've never experienced these energies of love before, and it's miraculous, most definitely. I think I'll let it go now. All right, guys, I'm wishing you a great day. I woke up this morning, I had no clue if it was Thursday or Friday. That's how like off the charts I was from yesterday. And it took me like 20 minutes to figure out if it was Thursday or Friday. I mean, I could have looked at my phone, but I was just like, in the morning, just getting up, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Excuse me. Yeah, so that's how funny it was. All right, guys, have a great Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend too. I love you guys so much. All right, bye-bye.